Hey divers, welcome to today's video. I'm Jillian Blakenstrauss and I'm a course director for Pura Vida Divers in South Florida. Our topic today is going to be on how to get a job after your instructor development course. But before we dive into today's topic, give the channel a follow, give the video a like, and now let's dive into how do we get a job as an instructor after we pass our instructor exam. So, absolutely an important question. Personally, for me, this was a source of anxiety. Even though I was super excited to take my IDC and of course absolutely elated when I passed my instructor exam, I was really worried about finding a job in the dive industry. It seemed very saturated at the time. It seemed like there were a lot of instructors to choose from, and why would anybody choose me? I'm really new to the industry. So that's a really normal way to be feeling if indeed you're feeling like that. So tip number one is make this question a part of your search as you look for an IDC center or a CDC center for your instructor development program. Make it a question you ask your course director or the shop owner. Where do your IDC candidates go for employment after the IDC? Do you guys hire IDC candidates afterwards? A good career development center or IDC center is going to be invested in helping you find a place to work after your IDC is complete. Now, while nobody can guarantee anything, most CDC centers have connections to other dive shops, other dive professionals, live aboard companies, and even if you're not looking to work in the area where you take your IDC, we can help make connections to help you be successful in finding that first job. If you're looking to work at the dive shop where you're taking your IDC, this is great. The IDC gives you an opportunity to get to know how that dive shop operates, and it gives that dive shop an opportunity to know you. So, with that in mind, tip 2 is the IDC is part of your interview process. The course director in the dive shop is going to get to know how you prepare, how timely you are, your attitude when things go great, your attitude when things don't go the way you want, and how safety-minded you are. Those are just a few variables that we get to know very well over a short period of time. And we love it when we have an IDC candidate who's prepared, who's passionate, who's safe, who understands the approach to teaching classes. We love when we can bring that person on as an employee. It doesn't happen all the time because maybe it's a slow season or maybe that person's not going to be in that area. But when it works out, it's great. Even if we're not able to hire an IDC candidate right after their IDC, we still have connections to the other dive shops in the area. So the idea that your IDC is an interview still holds true. If you showed up on time, if you were prepared, if you were safe, if you understood how to control a group, this is information that we can pass on to other dive shop owners and help you get an interview with them. If you were late, if you forgot your slates, if you forgot your equipment, if you didn't prepare an assignment, that's not going to reflect very well on you, and it's not going to be positive feedback that we could share with another dive shop. So you want to invest in your success at the IDC, not only to get the most out of it, but also because the more prepared you are, the more we can pass that on to other dive shops. Now, don't feel like you can't make mistakes during your IDC, meaning don't feel like you need to be perfect on every assignment. You won't be. You're in a development course. But the idea is, did you prepare or did you not prepare? Did you show up on time or did you not show up on time? It's those controllables that lend themselves to a really good experience on both ends that are great for getting a job with a dive shop that you took your IDC at, or great for a recommendation to another dive shop. Tip 3, create a resume. Now on this resume, you might be saying, okay, well, I'm just about to become a dive instructor. I don't have anything on my resume. Yes, you do. Even if you've only had one other job, what clubs have you been a part of? Where have you volunteered? What was that one other job? Dive shops are not only looking for dive instructors with years and years of experience. They're looking for multifaceted people who maybe they know about social media marketing. Maybe they know about gear. Maybe they absolutely love dive gear and they eventually decided to become an instructor. That person's going to be great in the dive shop. Maybe they've spent a lot of time on boats. They grew up in a marina helping to crew and clean boats and they took the boat out every weekend, well, that's somebody who might fit really well into a crew position while they learn to be a successful instructor after the IDC. So put together that resume and ask your course director or the shop owner or another figurehead at the shop for advice on what would be helpful to put on the resume. You are not alone in this process at all. We want to help you be successful. Tip number 4. Identify where you want to work after the IDC and ask for some ideas or references from your course director or the dive shop. So if you go to your IDC in Florida and you're looking to work in Florida, the dive shop where you do your IDC probably has a really good idea of where the most jobs commonly pop up, or different dive shops you could contact in certain areas. And they might even be able to give a phone call to say, hey, so-and-so took their IDC with me and they're looking to set up an interview. Do you have any instructor positions available? So they can help make connections like that. You just have to identify where you want to work. The same thing holds true for if you take your IDC in Florida, but you want to go work in Honduras or Panama. Your course director might have some connections there to help you make a connection as you search in that area. And if your course director or the shop owner doesn't directly know anyone, we can help you get in touch with Patty to see what dive shops they would recommend reaching out to. Tip number 5, and this is super important, after your instructor development course, get some instructor specialties. It's going to make you much more versatile as an instructor, and it's going to help keep things fresh for you. Once you're an instructor, you'll be able to teach open water all the way up through dive master, but you want to be able to teach some specialties to keep things vibrant, exciting, so you're not always teaching open water, but you get to teach wreck diver, or enriched air is really popular, or drift diver, or fish ID. There's so many specialties to choose from, and remember, those 5 instructor specialties you get are going to help you reach your master scuba diver trainer rating once you've issued 25 certifications. So not only will it make you more versatile, but it's going to make you more appealing to a dive shop looking to hire an instructor. So those are today's 5 tips about getting a job after your IDC. Remember to make the question of employment a focus as you choose your IDC center or career development center. Create a resume with the help of your course director or another figurehead at the shop. Find out where you want to work and ask for some references in the area of shops that might be good to target. Remember to get those 5 specialties at least, so that you can teach other courses besides the PADI core courses. And finally, remember that your IDC is part of that interview. It's a great time to show what you can do, your approach to training, your responsibility, your passion, and your dedication to safety, so that you become a desirable employee at the dive shop where you took your IDC, or at another dive shop where your dive center can provide a very good reference. Like our video below, subscribe to the channel, and put any questions you have in the comments below, and we'll do another video to answer your questions.